What's up, guys? It's been a long time since I posted at my house, but I'm here at my house. I got a quick story to tell. So, about 2 weeks ago, my wife hits me up and she's like, "I need you to clean up the garage." You know what I mean? I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "We just need space in the garage. You know, like we can barely walk through here when your car's parked in here. We can barely get by. You know, blah blah blah, this and that." And I'm like, "Cool. We'll clean up the garage." You know what I mean? Clean it up. A day goes by, or 2 days go by, and she's like, "Oh, at lunchtime, a surprise is coming here for you." And I'm like, "A fucking surprise?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "It'll be here at 12 o'clock." So I'm like, "Okay, a UPS delivery is going to be here at 12." So I'm waiting, and 12 o'clock comes, and my door, there's a knock at it, and I open it, and it's one of my homeboys from jiu-jitsu, Rich, and he's like hands me these keys, and I'm like, is everything all right? You know what I mean? And he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Enjoy." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "She's all yours." And he hands me these fucking keys, and I walk down the driveway, and bigger than shit, my wife set it up. So bam, that's my new fucking Harley, man. I mean, new for me. If you guys know me, you guys know me from the old school. I fucking rode Harleys for fucking years. I actually rode motorcycles for years. Street bikes for like 8, and then I finally got into the Harley scene when I was probably my late 20s. I had a Fat Boy bobbed out with some 16-inch ape hangers. It was a badass bike, man. And you know, life happened, and I think I was about 34, 35, and we had to get rid of the scooter. And man, I always regretted fucking getting rid of that bike, you know. But I knew at the time, for my family, it was the best decision and the best thing to do was get rid of that bike. And but I always knew deep down in my heart I would have another one. And yeah, man, my wife set it up, so it's my new bike. When my buddy gave it to me, he had an old seat, like a stock seat on it. Let's see, it's over here. Boom, this stock grandpa seat, you know what I mean, that comes with it when you buy it from the Harley dealership, I'm pretty sure. So I bought a step-up seat for it, which it's not mounted in there right, but yeah, there you go, nice and low. So I bought a step-up seat for it. For a while, I've been eyeballing the Dynas just because of that old, like, club look, you know, not necessarily like SOA look, but I really dug the front fairings, and I really dug them with that like classic psychedelic paint job on them. And I was like, dude, I always wanted one of those, you know. The last 7 years I've been looking at Harleys again, and I don't know, I got this Dyna, ended up being a Dyna. It's a 99, a really good year. One of the last like American made and built Harleys to be alive. In my heart, I've always been like a chopper dude. You know, I've always liked bobbers and choppers. That was like my thing. Especially when I rode. Like everyone had their club style bikes or their baggers, and I just have my like fucking Harley with just a seat pan and like slammed with like a welded rod to make it a hardtail, and these crazy 16-inch ape hangers. First, when I got them, they were chubbies, but I ended up putting narrow apes because the chubbies kept hitting people's side view mirrors when I would split lanes in town and on the highway. When I got this bike, I started making calls, started looking online, looking for parts, and I found some T-bars because I was going to go for that club style look. And ordered the seat, the step-up seat, right, which probably won't be on here for very long, only when my wife rides with me. But when I went to pick up those bars, the dude had a Dyna set up just how I envisioned having this Dyna set up. And next to it, he had a fucking chopper, man, a Sportster chopper. And I was looking at that chopper, and I was looking at the Dyna, and I was straight up, man, that whole night, I was having second thoughts. Like, I think I don't want a fucking club style bike. I think I want a chopper bobber. So long story short, from there, I spent about $700 just on cosmetic parts to get this bike looking like a club bike, and that's all gonna go up on offer up because I'm gonna fucking bob the shit out of this bike, dude. That's what I want. That's more my style. I like that old school, old field look. So yeah, I got some 8-inch Z bars coming in with the option to have internal wiring. The buddy that I just met, Matt, that got me those T bars, which are pretty bad. If you know anybody out there in fucking YouTube land that needs some T bars for hitting wheelies, bro, there's only 6-inch. They're actually perfect, man. Like, I highly doubt if you're gonna be popping wheelies, you want like 12-inch bars just for the control, especially if you're going like 12 o'clock, dude. That's like being above the ceiling. So I have some bars here, man. They're pro tapers, pretty dope, MX style bars. I got some 8-inch Z bars I'm gonna put on here. A low profile seat from that dude Matt. He has one that he has at his house. I'm gonna go pick that up. My buddy Rich that we got this off of had a shitload of chrome everywhere and a bunch of like cosmetic parts that, you know, when you get these Harleys, you really get them to suit your style. Like I said, at first I wanted that club style, but now I'm veering more toward the chopper bobber look. So I'm starting to rip off a bunch of the chrome. Some of the chrome I'm going to keep polished. I'm probably going to, if not, get rid of these tanks and put a King Peanut tank. I'm probably going to just shave this all down to bare metal. Get rid of that front fender. Shave that rear fender down to bare metal. Slam that rear fender so it's like dumped. I don't know if these can adjust so they go any lower. If not, I'll just buy some new springs or put some hard rods back there so it's just slammed. If anything, I'll just be putting back and forth to the studio, and that's like 12 miles, you know. I'm not going anywhere else, so it's not like it really needs to be comfortable for a long ride. It just needs to look cool as fuck when I'm driving down the street, especially in between jiu-jitsu classes. But yeah, man, freaking, that's my new bike. It's fucking badass. Check her out.